Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to give you my 21-week update. So I wanted to try and get these updates to you guys every week. So that way you guys can just know how things are going, both symptom-wise and then also just things you deal with as a pregnant woman. And that nobody really tells you about before you get pregnant that you're gonna have to deal with. So just hopefully some of you will find this helpful if you are thinking about getting pregnant or are planning on getting pregnant anytime in the near future. So today I'm going to talk about my 21-week update. So I'll start with symptoms. I usually start with the symptoms. So this week I have been noticing a little bit of brain fog. It's been kind of difficult to process things, but it's not as severe as first trimester, but it's still noticeable, and I still kind of feel a little tired, a little sleepy, especially in the morning. It's kind of hard to get the brain going, but it's definitely better than first trimester. And then along with the brain fog, my hunger continues to be high. So I will eat something and then 20 minutes later, I'll be hungry again. So I've been really trying to pack my meals for work and stay on track. So that way, not only am I not missing meals or going hungry, but I'm able to kind of fight off some of that hunger feeling so I can feel a little bit better. So along with that, I've also been noticing a lot more bloat. So as the bump continues to grow, I've noticed that I've been really bloated. So the way you can tell is when you touch the stomach, it's completely hard. Like your hand or your finger does not press in at all. So that means I'm definitely holding on to some water weight. So whenever that happens, I usually take an extra dose of my OptiGreens, my greens, because that kind of flushes out the water weight, and I always feel better like 20 minutes after doing that. So anytime I feel extra bloated, I drink some water or I drink some greens, and that really helps. Because along with that, I'm also finding that I'm sensitive to sodium, so I have to watch my sodium intake because that will definitely add to the bloat. So with that, I've been noticing cramping, and it's really random, but it's kind of like a period cramp. And then other times it's like what they call round ligament pain, which is right around your pelvis, right around your hips. And that is a sign that your uterus is growing and your pelvis is expanding and opening up. So it's a good thing because, everything's getting ready down there, but it's also painful because it feels like you have this extreme muscle cramp in your hips. So that's been kind of painful, but it comes and goes and it doesn't last very long. So that's the good part, at least. Along with that, I continue to have to pee, feels like every 10 seconds. I'll drink, a cup of water and then it'll go straight through me. So I'm trying to, stay up on my water and drink as much water as I can, but that's been difficult because I have to run to the bathroom all the time. So definitely timing my water around when I have access to a bathroom. And then finally, the symptom that I've been noticing lately is definitely restless sleeping. At least my husband tells me this too, is that I'll toss and turn all night long. And sometimes I don't even notice that I'm doing it. It's just, my body is just constantly restless. I'm finding that I'm not waking up to pee anymore. So the baby isn't waking me up, but at the same time, I'm not sleeping as deeply. So I've been dealing with that a little bit, and that's probably why I've been suffering from a little more brain fog, because I haven't been sleeping as well. So kind of dealing with that a little bit. So those are my symptoms. Nothing too extreme. I still feel good. As far as updates, the bump is growing, as you saw in the intro. It's getting bigger by the week. My energy is good. My workouts have been really good. Sometimes it's hard to get started. It's almost like you have to break through the wall, and then once you break the wall, you can get through the workout. But it's just getting there and getting to it that is the fun part. I'm still in the process of changing my OB or my doctor. So this is something you might want to know if you are planning on getting pregnant. Obviously a huge part of it is the healthcare portion. So as a teacher, I have really good healthcare, but you have two options usually when you have healthcare through your job. The first option is HMO and the second option is PPO. Now, HMO, you have to get referred to a doctor every time you go to one. So you can't just go, you have to wait for a referral. PPO, you're able to go wherever, whenever you need to. As long as they take your, if you have Anthem Blue Cross, as long as they take that. So it was open enrollment for my insurance this month. So I updated my insurance plan from HMO to PPO. And the reason I did that, yes, it's a little more expensive, but it also has a chance of covering midwifery. And not only that, I'm able to go to whatever doctor or whoever doctor I would like to, and I'm able to go to whatever hospital I want to. So if I was still under my HMO plan, I would have had to go to the hospital that was associated with my doctor, which was over 30 minutes away. So didn't feel comfortable doing that, and didn't feel comfortable that that was my only option. So changing to PPO, it now gives me at least more options in that category. Also, I had to reschedule my midwife tour because of a training conflict, but I will be touring the midwife facility on Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday the 12th. So I'm really excited to check that out. And the reason I'm looking into midwifery is because I'm not sure who is going to be here for the birth. I don't know if my husband will be, I don't know if family will be here. So I want to have as much support as possible. And when you work with a midwife or a doula, they get to know you personally. They get to know what you want in your birth plan, and they are there for you, and that's it. So they're not there with some alternative agenda or anything like that. They're there to provide support and help you get through. So that's something I'm looking for, and something that I think will be really helpful, especially if family members are not able to be there during the birth. So I'm excited to learn more information about that, because when it comes down to it, it's important to feel supported. And it's important to feel not only supported, but that you have control over your own birth. Because a lot of times in this healthcare system, women don't have control of their birth. It's just, this is what you're doing. You have no choice. You're going to the hospital, the doctor's doing this. And it happens so fast that it feels like your control is taken so quickly. So that's something that I didn't want for myself. So I'm doing my research and taking it slow and making sure that this happens the way that I want it to. Because when it comes down to it, it's safety first, obviously, but then your comfort and satisfaction come to a close second, because it's a long process and it affects you and the health and well-being of your baby. So you should feel like you have control over it. So just something to think about if you are looking in to get pregnant anytime soon, or you are recently pregnant. So what I'm looking forward to in the next few weeks is the midwife tour, getting to know that a little bit better. I'm looking forward to my next ultrasound. I'm not sure when that will be, but I'm really excited to see how the baby is growing and doing. And then I'm excited to start getting things ready for the baby. So with less than a month left until my husband leaves for boot camp, we have a lot of preparation to do in that month, because obviously once he's gone, not only will I continue to grow, but that will kind of dwindle down the things that I'm able to do on my own, such as move heavy things or organize, or a lot of things basically. So we have a lot of work to do in the next month to get ready, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But I will keep you guys updated. I really appreciate you following along in my journey. I will definitely share something new and exciting with you next week. If you have ideas or questions or things that you want me to address here on the channel, feel free to comment below or send me a message on Instagram or an email and we can talk about it. But I'm happy that you guys are along for the ride, and I will talk to you very soon.